looking over my Safari Club list for my obsession quest, it said bison, but it didn't say American bison or wood bison. So what was I to do? I think I'll go take both of them. I head to Canada for the wood bison, and we drop back in and take the American bison. Two 2,500-pound bisons hit the dirt.
Bass Pro Shops and Alamositos Ranch present Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures. Seven continents, 80 species, a 5-year quest in the making. High adventure, dangerous game, real-world training tips. This is Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures.
Once found throughout the Northern Hemisphere, the buffalo has always played a totemic role for the human societies it lived alongside. For Ice Age hunters, it represented strength and fearlessness. For Plains Indians, the animal was the centerpiece of a religion that revered all living things. For early pioneers, it symbolized a false limitlessness, an error that almost caused its extinction. For modern Americans, the buffalo is a symbol of renewal, of our ability to heal the wounds of the past.
People always ask, why would you hunt, the bison like that, whether it's American bison or the wood bison. They're not as leery as an elk or a brown bear or something like that, but ever since I've seen them on TV and watching cowboys and Indians and on TV and watching American settlers go across and watching them hunt the bison, it's something I've always wanted to do. And then when I started this obsession quest, it was high on my list to make sure that was done.
The wood bison is the largest terrestrial animal in North America, and Bob will need to travel deep into Alberta's North Country to find one.
These things are called wood bison for one reason. They live in the woods, and when you get that cover of the woods, boy, they can hide quick, so unless they're coming out to feed in that green grass, it's pretty hard to hunt them and locate them.
Encompassing nearly 45,000 square kilometers, Wood Bison National Park is Canada's largest. It was formed in 1922 to protect a small herd of free-roaming wood bison. Canada's conservation efforts have been a great success, so much so that the population has surged and now requires hunting to keep it in balance.
I heard the expression, grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Well, in this case, grass is always greener on the other side of the river. This river right here separates where we can hunt, where we can't. That's the Wood Buffalo National Park, and you can see by just the tracks, there's fresh tracks and old tracks, and they've been crossing this river a lot. They go up here to these grass flats. That's where we're going to be looking for them, trying to find them out in those grass flats so we can hunt them. We didn't use the rain gear so much as for it raining, during the day. But I did put the rain suit on because we had quite a four-wheel ride back and forth, and mud puddles and getting that mud up onto you. So I'd always put the rain suit on just basically to keep the mud off of my hunting clothes on the way in and the way out.
Buffalo hunts are just more difficult in some reasons because you got to catch them out of the park, and if you're not there at the right time and they're there, and then if they're there and you're not, you're never going to see them. But if you catch them at the right time when the weather's good and everything, you could get a good opportunity to shoot one of them. Buffalo hunting is just more spot and stalk, stay downwind from them, but they're not really that spooky of an animal because they're just so big that there's nothing that really scares them.
This huge animal was actually too small to shoot, but not so little it didn't send Bob packing once it spotted him.
Getting in close to the buffalo is, your adrenaline's going and you don't know what the buffalo's gonna do, and he turns and he comes walking towards you, and it's like, well, he's too small, don't shoot it, but shoot it because it might run us over, and if you don't, they're so unpredictable, you don't know what they're gonna do. It was scary, but at least it didn't come run us over or nothing. It just kind of come and checked us out and got pretty close to us and stuff like that, and it walked off. They're so big, they could run anything over. You and your quad, and it doesn't matter what's standing in front of it, just run anything over. Like, there's nothing that could stop it, I don't think.
Bob Folkrod's hunting gear includes a Browning A-Bolt and 300 short mag, Winchester 180 grain Nosler ballistic tip bullets, Swarovski optics, Redhead Enduraskin base layers, Redhead clothing with Gore-Tex and Windstopper, and a crooked horn bino system.
The bison is an animal that roams the imagination of every big game hunter. Bob has traveled to the farthest reaches of northern Alberta to play out a drama as old as the oldest spear point, an encounter to the death with the largest animal on the North American grasslands.
Well, one thing about the wood bison is it's like a lot of other animals, you know, like the Thule elk or the Roosevelt elk. You know, they brought them back from almost being shot out. Not necessarily being poached off. I mean, back in those days, people were hunting them for, you know, meat for the table. And so, you know, by having a national buffalo park where the buffalo can roam, basically, it's brought them back to where we can have a hunting season like a lot of other animals. And, you know, the nice thing about it is if we keep doing things right, our children will be able to hunt this, and their children will be able to hunt them.
Bob and Ryan have initiated a stalk on 2 buffalo, but they would be wise to remember that the wood bison is a herd animal. Let's see what that other one looks like. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh man, ain't no sense of jacking that, huh? You see him go down? All right. I use a Winchester Nosler combination, 180 grain ballistic tip, and when I hit him, I was going for his lungs. I didn't expect him to fall down like that, but it had went up through and broke his neck at the same time, and that old ballistic just dropped him, boy. I've hunted up here for bear several times, but we come up here for hopefully a crack at one of these. And here he is. But I mean, this is a magnificent animal. I mean, look at the size of these things. I mean, my goodness, the head on that thing, you know, and the work is now just starting. We got a lot of work to do to full-size body this